Hello. I feel obliged to speak with a far stronger northern accent than usual. As in this episode, we'll be covering Game of Thrones. Thrones. And it's not true. We do know something. I can't do this. Yes, this is...
Can we keep that up for the whole... What do you think of Game of Thrones?
This is Watch of podcast. We're going to be doing a Game of Thrones episode. Essentially just reviewing the entire series and the latest season, which me and Ian have just finished watching because Henry's somewhat behind.
A little bit. About a year now.
Yeah. I was going to say somewhat
from
backward.
The north. You know what it's like being behind the times.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
It started already.
Oh, and we don't have Nick with us.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Nicolau has been whisked away to Cyprus. Greece.
Actual Greece. Not that fake Greece.
Yeah, not budget Greece.
Well, isn't Greece budget Greece now?
That's very true. We're only allowed to get away with these jokes now he's gone.
Yeah.
Now we voted out the EU.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll date this episode.
Well, we're also talking about a TV series that's just finished.
That's true. So yeah, in lieu of Mr. Nicolau's vocal contributions, he has supplied us most kindly and most irresponsibly with a set of sound bites.
This is actually amazing.
Yeah. So Nick, what's your view on Oh
no.
Nick, Ian, you're meddling with Nick's voice.
That's a little premature.
Yeah. Premature Nick.
Hashtag premature Nick.
So what would we want to know Nick's opinion on something?
Is it true that he's a fan of Brexit?
I liked it.
God damn it, Nick! God damn!
That's so Nick.
Yeah, that is. I think we need to look back at our options and maybe welcome the rest of Europe.
I disagree.
Oh, come on! What, Nick? Just starting arguments left, right, and centre. And I think what's just happened in the news. I think there's no sort of shameless. There's no good way to look at it.
That's an awesome movie.
No, it's not, Nick. It's not an awesome movie.
It's also, I think, it's not. You can't compare it to anything really.
No.
Can you? I don't think.
Oh my god, that's just like that bit in Fast and Furious.
No, Nick. That's an irresponsible comparison.
He really doesn't understand the situation.
He doesn't.
It's almost like he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you can look at Britain leaving the EU as a death, as an end of something, and you should be sensitive.
A character in the European Union.
Yeah, and I think you should be sensitive about it.
Yeah. No. He's gone quiet.
Yeah.
Can't believe they killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Oh my god, that's just like that bit in Fast and Furious.
No, it's not, Nick! Stop that!
He's already said it. I don't know why he's doing the same shit again.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to try and manage without him.
Yes.
While we...
Well, we've got...
We won't have to, because he's here.
The Nick Machine 5000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting, I've never thought about it like that before.
He just had the best automated response. So I've got all my bases covered. This is just 5 minutes of us.
That is hilarious.
So arrogant, laughing at his own automated jokes.
I like the thought that that's his actual laugh that he's recording because he was like, "Fucking funny me doing this."
It's all genuine. Right, so yeah, the way we're going to do this is we're going to do a quick recap of the series up to the end of season 5, where Henry is at.
Yes, and then I'm going to go to my room, make no noise, and pretend that I don't exist.
Yes, yeah.
While you guys talk spoilers.
You're going to go and become Harry Potter,
yes.
book 1.
Excuse me, Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah. So then, and then I'll come back at the end. Don't worry. So we can plug some shit.
Okay.
But because I think it's cool. Cause I think Game of Thrones deserves its own whole episode because we've never spoke about Game of Thrones throughout any of the shows.
Yeah.
So come in all at once.
There's a lot of stuff we haven't talked about yet, though.
Yeah.
Like we haven't covered Jared Fogle.
This has definitely been one of the best seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
yet.
okay, wait your turn, Nick.
Yeah, it's like I was in the middle of speaking, Nick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Even when he's not here, he's interrupting. Okay, while I'm gone, Tom, please just interrupt Ian all the time with Nick's sentences. So then, should we go into some vague Game of Thrones talk then?
Yeah, that sounds
is
like a good thing to do.
So would you say fair game for spoilers is everything up until the end of Series 5 then?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
You've had time, guys.
Spoiler warning, up until the end of Series 5, Jon Snow dies, maybe. Maybe.
Jon Snow definitely dies, maybe.
Yes. I can confirm that he may or may not die.
Yeah.
So then, why is it that we like Game of Thrones? Like, are you are you both?
I hated it.
Oh, come on.
I liked it.
He's all over the
I
place,
hated
isn't he?
it.
Oh my god.
Like, Nick just clearly can't make up his mind.
What he was doing there, he was picking petals off a flower to decide whether he likes Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So are you both like super fans of it? Like,
I haven't read any of the books.
okay.
I have just started reading the books.
I mean, like show-wise, you like a...
Yeah, but I think it was like a slow burn because I only started watching it when season 4 started. So I
Okay.
binge watched the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, I started, I think, while Series 3 was on TV.
Okay.
I actually bought the DVDs.
Wow.
Old school.
Wow.
Old school.
But I think it's just one of those things. It's like it just really gets its claws into you.
Did you get into it straight away? Like, when you watched it?
I think when I was watching season 1, I was going with the flow sort of thing.
Okay.
And as soon as spoilers number 1, Sean Bean dies.
I mean, that's not a spoiler.
Nah,
that's
that's
something
5
you
years ago.
expect.
Yeah, true. But I think that's what started this whole thing of the Sean Bean dying reputation.
Yeah.
That's what people caught onto it.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Can't believe they killed him.
Yeah, well,
exactly. Sort of thing.
Damn, that's pissed. that is kind of a brave move from the show's point of view, is that's their known actor that they have.
Yeah,
on the
'cause
show.
that was one
he
of-
was the one on all the posters and everything.
Yeah,
he was
and
like,
even that image of him sitting on the Iron Throne is like that's what they used to promote.
that's Series 1, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nick agrees.
yeah. So I think after that point onwards, I was like, okay, I'm really invested in.
That was their first sign that this show was like,
Something different.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, because I mean, I watched it from the day it started airing, and it was just like one of those really, really high production value, great cast shows, and there was really nothing else on TV like it. Like there's like a few Sword and Sandals epics.
Well, we've got things now that are very much like in the vein of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
What was that Spartacus Blood and
Yeah,
Sweat?
like
When was that?
I guess
That
that's
was before Game of
Was it?
Thrones. That was like the archetype, I think, before.
Okay, because that looks like fucking shit.
But again, like that Sword and Sandal is a completely different genre. This is like medieval fantasy, and like
But it's kind of
political intrigue, sort of.
yeah,
it's more of a show about politics than about
Yeah.
fantasy.
But then you've had things like Vikings that are kind of trying to do the same thing of like
Yeah.
medieval
yeah.
type fantasy stuff with like adult content,
Yeah, and like
which
that's,
basically means titties.
that's a series that like started trying to be very, very historically accurate because it's based on actual events.
Isn't it on the History Channel? as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, it's History Channel's first drama series. But then as Game of Thrones has gained popularity, you can tell season by season they're just like, yeah, let's make it more like that.
Oh.
That's definitely a formula we want to replicate.
I want to say that Black Sails as well, that Amazon series.
Yeah.
looks like it's just doing the same stuff, but on a boat.
Yeah, I think people just aren't
And
afraid
produced
to
by
do
Michael
like
Bay.
big budget
produced by
period
Michael Bay?
pieces now.
Interesting. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. At
Produced
all.
by Michael Bay.
No.
Interesting. Has Megan Fox shown up in it yet?
Oh wait, are you sure
Probably not.
they haven't sailed into Michael Bay?
Oh dear God!
It's actually a location in the show.
Yeah.
And it's just the fucking biggest explosion you've ever seen.
The Michael Bay blows up.
the Michael Bay.
Yeah, so like when I started watching Game of Thrones, I think I got the series 1 and 2 box set for Christmas, and I watched like 3 episodes in a night, and then I didn't watch it for a week.
Oh yeah.
Like it didn't grab me instantly. I was like, yeah, I could watch that later.
Yeah.
But then I for a while I was really, really into it, and then I stopped watching halfway through series 5, and I only caught up the rest of series 5 this morning.
Yeah.
So, but while I wasn't watching it, I didn't miss it.
Okay.
Really, like I didn't really have a craving for it. It was more, there was a bit of me that wanted to, just more so to avoid spoilers.
Right.
But then I think, like, I like the show, but I'm a skeptic of it.
Okay.
In that I feel like the intentions behind it are a bit messy.
So you see the show side of it before you see the fiction lore side of it.
Kind of in that it's almost distracting at times, that it feels like it's been done by people, like a committee.
Right.
almost.
Okay.
What makes you think that?
It might be the audience response to it that gets in my way of actually enjoying it. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's true for me sometimes, is like when something happens on screen, I almost immediately think of the reaction it's going to get.
Oh, yeah.
And I should be just watching it and being like, oh, how does this like fit into the narrative?
Is that post Red Wedding, do you think? Because that was like the milestone of shocking things.
Yeah, I
far
guess
as I'm aware.
definitely
I
into
think
season
I
5.
think the Ned Stark thing's the first start though.
But I think like the Red Wedding went viral, and it was a fucking huge thing.
But I think those were like big shocks and like big twists in the tale that I think people were interested in. But it's only in the last few seasons that they've done stuff that have been controversial.
Okay.
Like
what, without spoiling? For me. So without
Like
the last series.
there was a lot of stuff in Sansa's storyline in season 5 that was
Yeah.
very controversial.
Was that?
she was raped.
Yeah.
Was that controversial? She's not the first one to be raped in the show.
No, but like I think it's the fact that she is essentially one of the endearing characters in the show, and then they just put.
Was
her
she
through.
endearing? I thought she
Well-
was really boring.
Well, she's one of the ones that's like a main character, and then
She's
Cersei,
one of the innocent ones. Like.
yeah, and Cersei Lannister again, like a villainous character through and through, but you know, to see her go through the degradation that you see her go through.
Yeah. Was that meant to be a Christ thing, by the
season
way? Because
5.
I just watched that, and I got Christ vibes.
I don't think so. I didn't see it that way.
Because I think that, and then the following scene was Jon Snow getting stabbed by a bunch of people and just taking it. So I was like,
okay.
I'm getting a bit Christy over here.
Yeah, messianic.
I was just thinking Caesar. Just stabbed by like 12 guys.
Et tu, Ollie. And then he dies.
I disagree.
Oh well, Nick. Good.
You want to elaborate on that, Nick? Or just like that? He just fucking chimes in every now and then. Smarmy bastard.
Perfect.
But yeah, with
Interesting. I've never thought about it like that before.
Yeah.
so there are just times where I feel like things like the sexy side of it and the violency side of it seems like a way to just appease people.
Maybe gratuitously so.
See,
I'm not at all conservative or prudish or anything with these things, but it does bother me a little bit in that I don't picture it. I
agree.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
he's on board with me now. Like sometimes I feel like it doesn't service the plot. It's just there so people will keep watching. Like the thing is, I've heard people before now talking about Game of Thrones, and people will like explaining it to people, and they'll just go, "Oh, it's just like Lord of the Rings, it's like for kids or something," and they'll go like, "Oh no, there's tits in it, and there's like people getting murdered in it and stuff all the time," and it's just like that shouldn't be your justification for watching it.
Yeah, I think when you argue the maturity of the show, it's because of the writing of some of the episodes, both on a longer arc for a season or for an episode itself. I think that's what really makes it stand out from other things.
So they could make it an adult show without
I don't.
like a 15-18 rating.
Yeah, I don't
like,
think
the way
they
that
need
superhero
the-
films now aren't made for kids; they're made for adults,
Yeah.
but kids can watch.
because
them.
like we said before, it's like the main crux of it really is politics. It's a political show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have these action sequences as well, which are really, really impressive.
That is more so the side that I like of it is the politics side.
The intrigue.
Yeah,
The
because
court intrigue stuff.
yeah, it's all just like in a similar way to something like Killing Them Softly, something like that, where it's like it's all about what people, or like the thick of it even,
Yeah.
where it's like you can't do these certain things because it'll look bad to other people,
Yeah.
and like with things like the
subtlety
arranged,
to it, yeah.
yeah, with like they make agreements by sending people off to get married, so it's like you've got the politics side of it, but with the fantasy dated side.
Because that was the whole thing. If you think about the Red Wedding itself, it's like even though fair enough that was so shocking, but there was so much stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Between like the Boltons and the Freys and the Lannisters.
Yeah, like if
So
you
the-
watched that episode on its own, you'd be like, what? What's
Yeah.
going on? Who are
It
these
just seems
people?
like it just seems
Why
like
is Filch killing that family?
Yeah, and like Game of Thrones has been very good at payoffs for quite a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, sometimes. And I also found one of the things that annoys me the most in this series is when the writing gets in the way and you have like a bit character that turns up for one episode, but the moment you meet them, they decide to give you a monologue about this time when they were a child and then they got abused or they got run over by a cat or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes it works if it's characters that you've known for a long time, like
Yeah.
when you finally find some stuff out about Varys.
Yeah, and Tyrion as well when he's talking about his childhood. That's
Yeah.
almost always interesting.
Yeah, because that's like, you not like that character enough for it to not bother you. Like,
Yeah.
if he just, the first time you saw him is him talking about when he's young, you'd be
Yeah.
like,
And he refers to
That's
characters like Cersei and Jaime that we already know as adults.
yeah, so,
when
it makes
he
you
talks
see
about them as well.
differently.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
Which is interesting, I think.
Yeah.
I'm surprised and glad that they didn't go the route of having flashbacks in it.
Yeah, well, they've only
As far
done
as-
one.
Is that Cersei going to see the
Yeah,
witch?
that's one you've seen in season 5.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Oh, I know there's plot-related flashbacks in
Yes.
Series 6.
but it's not even so much in
Yeah, it's not really just a storytelling one. It's someone actually perceives the flashback.
Back.
yeah, which, like, it's not...
So it could be.
it's not just
in
an editing
continuity.
trick, it's...
Yeah,
It's
It-
from that character's point of view. I think it's Bran, right? Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
in the present.
Yeah,
moments,
it's in the present for him.
yeah.
Yeah, so like they could have done it all over the place. Like they could have had lots of flashbacks to the previous thing with the Mad King and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But I like that they don't. I like that the world building in it is great. Like he must be George R. R. Martin. How much detail he puts into
Yeah.
everything is
Crazy, yeah.
pretty insane. Like the dynamic between all the families
Yeah, yeah.
and everything like that.
So just quickly, do we have any favourite characters going forward?
I'd say it's tricky to have favourite characters in the show because something that I'm sure you guys have picked up on as well now is the second you start to like a character, even like
You
even
pay a
really,
target on them.
yeah,
Yeah.
even really obviously so, like with the Mountain and the Viper
Yeah.
episode.
Oh yeah.
You didn't like that
Massive bait and switch there.
Yeah, but like it did bother me in that I saw it coming because you didn't like that character all the way through that series until that episode, and then you're like instantly, oh, this guy's my favorite character. Oh no, that's not okay.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's Admiral Akbar
Yeah.
in the pit with the Viper.
Barring all over the place.
yeah,
I watched
yeah.
that
So like,
episode.
and then there was another one in series 5 that was really, I was just like, oh really, you're gonna go Walking Dead route kind of when like there's that old guy who's with Daenerys, and he hasn't
yes.
spoken much throughout the entire show. He gets a heartfelt moment. I'm like, okay, he's gonna
Yeah.
die in the next scene, and yeah, he fucking does.
So Barristan Selmy.
Yes.
Is that him?
Yeah.
I'm glad you know the names because I don't.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I've never read the books. I've played 2 of the episodes of the game, but my head just soaks these names and like dates and like places up like a sponge.
Oh,
I don't know why.
because I'm the worst
Particular
for that.
series, yeah,
I will just be like, yeah, I don't know who that is.
yeah.
Like I was trying to remember Alyssa Thorne's name for about a week when my internet was down and I couldn't look it up. Who I met on the tube.
Ah.
Yeah, Owen Teal.
Ah.
It was nice. Well, I met him at New Cross Gate. We got on the overground. I was like talking to him about Game of Thrones and stuff.
Oh yeah.
We got off at Canned Water. I thought I was going a different way to him, so I did a little handshake. Nice to meet you. Bye. Went off. Got on the same train as him. And I was like, I've already said bye, so I can't talk to him. So I just avoided eye contact with him.
Correct London protocol there.
And the one time I act like a functioning person in front of a famous person, and I fuck it up at the end.
Well, for me, the duo that I always love watching on screen and have somehow survived this long are Davos and Bronn.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Davos maybe just a little bit more because he's actually a good guy. Bronn's a dickhead to everyone, but he's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are like genuinely. And I think an interesting thing is when people become major characters who you didn't think
Yeah.
were. Like I'm tempted to go back and watch the older series because I know Bronn was in the first series, I think,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
he's like just a side character.
Yeah, he's just a mercenary. Then.
Like I remember him being in the trial by combat where he throws the guy out the window
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, season 2 actually.
Oh, okay. And then, but it's like we didn't really know much about that character. Didn't think he was going to be a major part.
Yeah,
But then throughout series 3 and 4, I think like isn't it around Blackwater is when he start.
yeah, because he's twinned with Tyrion's storyline at that point.
Yeah,
So
and that's
when-
like
when
when
it's
you
when
start
he-
liking him.
And if it's when he gets with Jamie as well, that's when he really
Yeah.
excels like a main part of the main cast.
Yeah,
I do like his dynamic with Jamie is really good.
Yeah.
with the little road trip they take.
See, I love Bronn because I think he's the character written in the real world.
Yeah,
Because I think one of my favourite moments is when they go and they meet the sand snakes, and you have the most real reaction from any moment in the show. He just goes, "For fuck's sake!"
It's just like the audience point of view.
Yeah, that's the most. That was the most real human being moment probably in the whole show. Like the real, most genuine reaction from someone.
Yeah.
Like that in X-Men Apocalypse when he turns up behind Magneto and he goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Davos just because he's just a nice Geordie guy.
Yeah.
But since I found out he's Irish, the actor, it's been bothering me so much because his accent keeps slipping now.
The thing I love about Davos is there's so much about him that's not in the show, which is mentioned in a couple of episodes. Like the fact he has no fingers on one hand.
Yeah, but you don't really notice it.
But he keeps them in a box
Oh, does he?
around his neck.
Oh, weird.
And essentially they were chopped off by Stannis because he was a smuggler, but he smuggled supplies for Stannis during a siege.
Okay.
And like Stannis is just such a hard ass that even though he's probably saved Stannis' life, he still has to punish him for committing a crime.
God.
And it's just
the
cool
worst.
little details like that which you don't get with Bronn, but you get with Davos, and he's just like got this really cool little backstory.
Yeah. I just saw like an interesting bit with Stannis in Series 5 when Ramsay Bolton's people like burn his camp down.
Yeah.
And he's just like he's so much like I need to follow the rules kind of thing. When he says like get all the people who were on the watch last night and find out whether they were asleep or siding with the enemy, and either way hang them.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, so
Yeah.
he's very much like a stickler for the rules, even with his magic bride.
Yeah.
But then Bronn just have all the great one-liners.
That's true. Yeah.
Something. Even like in that season finale, some of the lines he came out with.
Oh yeah.
Unreal.
Especially when he's with Jamie.
Oh,
he's got endless material there with Jamie.
So good.
It does. They do have quite a few likable characters, but like Tyrion is still a great character.
Yeah, Varys the spider. Everyone loves him.
I don't know what it is about him that I like, because it's like he shouldn't be likable. Like he is a bit like a seedy kind of guy. Wait, it's like him and Littlefinger, like the two sides of the coin.
Yeah, they were the
Yeah,
spy
yeah.
masters of King's Landing.
And like Littlefinger is all concerned about like preserving yourself, so you side with whoever you want, and then
Varys
is like
outward. Yeah.
he's like the realm needs to be kept
That's
safe.
it. Yeah.
So he seems like the type to throw.
He's fairly selfless in that regard, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really cool character. I like him. He's good. What is it?
So, all right.
All right, Nick. Easy.
Nick's got Tourette's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick likes him too.
Yeah.
I think what other characters I like, because there's a lot of characters I don't like.
I think one of the...
Like Sansa is really boring. I feel like I could like Arya, but
Character died.
Whoa!
Well,
spoilers,
spoilers.
Nick.
Possible, maybe spoilers, really?
Yeah.
maybe. And I feel like I would like Arya if she was played by any other actress,
What?
because I find Maisie Williams incredibly boring.
I have
love
issues
Maisie
with
Williams.
where her storyline went in season 5 and with season 6, but I won't talk about it.
Okay. I thought she didn't really do anything in series 5 up until the last episode or two.
I think the writing for both Sansa and Arya has been particularly poor. I think the actresses are probably capable of more, but they're just given such bland lines a lot of the
I
time.
think the
Do
problem...
you think it might be that it's adult men writing for young women?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, like, people like Shay, who was Tyrion's lover. Yeah,
They didn't get married, did they?
No.
Oh, did they get unofficially married?
No, they can't.
Oh no, he got married to Sansa
Sansa.
at one point, yeah.
Like she had some really great scenes. So there's definitely time. Like Cersei has some of the best dialogue in the series.
Yeah.
But I just don't know why they're not able to replicate that for Arya and Sansa.
I think one of the problems might be the problem I have with Daenerys. I think it's because there's so much plot with King's Landing and the Starks.
Yeah.
Where so they have to drag stuff out for a long time, but like
Yeah, that's true.
because I think all the Daenerys stuff could have been done in one series, and I think that was the same with the Arya
It
stuff.
does slow things down a bit, her stuff, sometimes, because it's separated from the rest of the stories that you like.
Yeah,
And that up until halfway through series 5,
when Tyrion arrives.
and that is great payoff. It's a great moment
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
actually finally see each other, because it's like you don't know what the dynamic.
And you get a
is.
little bit of that when Barristan Selmy goes over there, because he's like, "Oh, I left King's Landing because it was turning into shit," and you're like, "Finally, someone's seeing the truth of things."
Yeah, I can't remember. Was he in?
He was
the
part of the
Westeros
Kingsguard
story for a while before.
Yeah, he was like the commander of the Kingsguard with Jamie, I think.
Okay.
But man, I could do a whole episode on how much I don't like Daenerys.
She is just like
She's just,
Mary Sue type, isn't she?
she's just ridiculously good at everything, and everyone just bows down to her. And there's so many times when she just doesn't fail, and you have no reason for her to be just good at everything.
I've got a feeling though.
No, she does
that'll pay off.
What, do you think she's gonna get horrifically murdered?
Horrifically murdered.
She does get she does have a hard time in series 1.
True. Yeah. Right, okay. Yeah. I won't detract from the fact that she's pretty much sold into slavery, and
so it's like some of it seems like she's built up to it, but some of it seems like instantly she's
because I think season 1 probably
everything.
teaches her to be tough, and that she to be a decision maker,
A
and
strong, independent woman who needs no man.
Yeah.
But then why is
arguably,
she banging that pretty boy?
But then
What's his name? I can't remember.
Dario
his name.
Naharis.
I think I hate him.
Even though he got recast.
Yeah, I hate both of the actors.
But it's like leading an army, like governing a city. Those are skills that no one
She does
pick up.
She does fuck it up a little bit. Like
She does.
She's not perfect at everything, but I think the main thing is that she's so stoic. You never feel anything while you're watching her.
Yeah, I suppose.
I think if she did it with more, if you could tell she had more self-doubt, then it would make a more interesting character.
I think in comparison with all of the other characters as well, she's just got no
I thought
complexity to
she
her.
did have that really interesting storyline when she was dating that disabled guy.
Oh yeah.
And he wanted to kill himself.
Yeah.
See, I think that's when you compare if you compare Dany to Jon Snow, it's like, because I think that's why people say when the wall's slow. I think Jon Snow is such an interesting character because you can see the doubt in him.
Yeah, and he has to go through so much trial and tribulation.
Even just all the stuff when he's thinking about bringing the wildlings through the wall, it's like you can see it eating him up.
Yeah.
So I think, but when Dany's like, oh, we need to stop slavery, it's like, yeah, just stop it.
Yeah.
No, she's just no thought or no repercussions.
I think it is just the fact that, for me more than anything, the thing that bothers me about her is just the fact that she's so boring to watch.
Yeah,
you just don't feel like if she feels anything.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if this was another actress with maybe just a pinch more charisma, I'd be fine with this.
I think so.
But yeah. Anyway, so going back to my point, Davos is a really good character.
Yeah.
Who else do I like?
The Hound.
That's true.
Love
He says it
Hound.
like it is and then just kills people.
Yeah. He has that great scene where somebody says, "Are you gonna die for a chicken?" He says, "Somebody is."
Yes.
He's a really good character, and he's another one that you find out his backstory a bit later.
Yeah.
When you're already scared of him, and it kind of humanises him a little bit.
That's such an interesting arc from someone you could probably I want to rewatch this because you probably despised him at the beginning.
Yeah.
And over time, he's such a good character.
And when he's saves Sansa from King's Landing when the Battle of Blackwater Bay is, and he's literally on a knife's edge of essentially either just kidnapping her and maybe raping her, or actually just saving her completely. And
that's one of the things I think the show does well. You don't know whether to trust people.
Yeah, people's
a
morals
moment
are
like
all
that.
over
It's
the
like
place.
he could have had any kind of intentions.
Yeah.
He's a good character. I like the kind of the other version of that character, like the badass one is what's the fuck's her name? Brienne of Tarth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She is the right kind of stoic. She's
actually, I think if she'd been Daenerys, I'd have been wholeheartedly behind that.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of that actress, it probably wouldn't have worked because Daenerys, I feel like works in that she's really small. And,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the way she acts.
Yeah. If
If that had
she
been,
sat down with Emilia Clarke at a table and taught her how to act, I'd be happy. But
I think if in season 1 you'd had Daenerys' brother telling fucking Brienne of Tarth to go and get naked in that hut and sleep with Khal Drogo, she'd have punched him through his face. She'd have just pulled his spine out through his
fucking put
teeth.
up with that.
Yeah.
What does Nick think of Brienne?
Well,
Do you think she's a good character, Nick? God damn.
that was so worth the wait.
Editing now.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she is. I like her in that she's not. She's the right kind of. She seems like she's just doing her job.
I would watch a Brienne of Targaryen.
What?
What?
It's been one of the best seasons.
No.
Okay,
no.
well, we moved on from that now, Nick.
It's got all now.
Yeah.
Quick question
yeah.
then. What house do you reckon interests you the most out of all of them?
Ooh, who you put your money on?
And who's you most interested in? When it goes to their point of view, who's you like, yeah, this is...
I really don't know. It's because they've become so spread out now. It was easier to say at the start which story you're interested in, but now they've overlapped so much.
Yeah.
It's kind of all over the place. I like the Lannister side of things, but from Tyrion's point of view.
Yeah.
And
I think Jaime has some interesting perspectives.
Also someone who's got an interest in, like, he's redeemed himself.
Oh,
throughout the
God,
series.
yeah.
He starts off as a bad guy. And,
Yeah.
And then it's because he spent all of series 2 or 3 in a cage.
3.
And then he had like series
Yeah, because 3
4,
is
he was going
essentially...
around with him and Brienne.
Yeah.
That was nice. Like they had that good dynamic.
Yeah.
And there was that amazing scene. Like one of my favorite scenes in the show is when he gets his hand cut off by Noah Taylor. And it's just him screaming, and it cuts to black, and they play a fucking rock song.
Yeah.
It's just such a fuck you, because it like even cuts off his scream. He doesn't get to finish it.
Yeah, it's so
He just
fun.
goes, ah! That's
Yeah.
such a good edit in that. The show's got some really cool editing and stuff like that.
The build up in that scene is great as well, because he's doing the old Lannister charm and saying, "Oh, I'll pay you this much money. I'll give you lands in this particular bit of."
And you take
Westeros."
Noah Taylor's character as like a dumb guy who's gonna fall for it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and then it just brings the knife down. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking, because that was one of the moments that because for the most part I've had pretty much everything in the show spoiled for me before I'd seen it.
Yeah.
And that bit I didn't know about, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, going back and watching things that I've seen before, I realised that was, like, a reference to Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
When they've, like, talked about things like that.
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
In terms of,
Yeah, I'm not sure which character I like. Like, which house even, which house I like the most.
I feel like I'm very predisposed towards the Starks.
See, I feel like I say that as well. I don't
But
know if it's because
I
I'm
think they
Northern.
have had one of the best bunches of characters.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, obviously they have so many of them, because those Starks are brandy buggers.
Well, it's not
But I
TV.
feel like finding interesting ones is hard, though, I think.
Yeah.
Because Sansa's boring, Arya's pretty boring. Rob was
Rob
was vanilla
interesting.
ice cream at room temperature. His wife,
He was more
Very
interesting
tasty.
in terms of where he took the story, but not himself.
yeah, I think so.
Um,
And his wife was played by Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter,
wow.
Una Chaplin.
Wow.
Yes.
How about that?
Trivia. Because remember there was that weird bit where she goes into like a silent film and pretends that potatoes are shoes? that was weird. But
I did wonder
makes
where
sense now,
that
doesn't it?
came from, actually. Yeah.
Where the guts are on the floor.
Baby stabs. That bit was fucking grim. Didn't she? I think she escapes in the books. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's alive in the book.
I like that they didn't fuck about with that in the show.
Right, so I think we should move on to season 5.
Season 6 or 5? Wait.
Well, we could do a little season 5
okay, yeah. So
summary with you.
it's probably just freshest in my head of the 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just watched half of it this morning. It was okay.
Yeah,
It's
my least favourite season of all of them.
My main thing with kind of the story writing in Game of Thrones is that it's got scenes,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's got scenes.
Oh, right, okay.
Like Series 5 had some good scenes in it, but as a big
Yeah,
Piece,
that's understandable.
like the hard home battles
So good.
was really cool. Had some great moments in there. The
Best part of the season, in my
the
opinion.
amazing imagery of a battlefield of dead people all standing to their feet
Yeah.
is so scary.
Yeah.
Um,
And especially when it's the people who've just been fighting as well.
yeah, it's really scary. And the moment with the dead kids, the ghost
Oh,
children,
yeah.
that was really jarring.
Yeah.
I like that.
Also-
There was that amazing moment that's like they could have gone for a jump scare, but it was like something, I don't know what it's called, but it's like when the guy's looking through the fence and something just comes running at him.
Oh, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's not like a jump scare that pops from the side. It's just like a oh shit,
Dread.
what's that? Oh shit, what's that? Oh shit, what's that?
And that episode does something really, really interesting, which there's so few opportunities for in Game of Thrones, which is introduce a new character and give them an arc and then kill them off in one episode.
Is that with that woman?
Yeah, the Wildling woman who
Yeah, that was pretty well done.
who Jon Snow meets at the council, the like hard home campfire
Yeah.
sing along.
They couldn't afford a table, so they just stood on fire.
Yeah. And she said, like, really briefly, she's like, oh, like, my father fought with the Wildlings, blah, 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 but I've come here because the White Walkers killed all of my children. And then the next time you see her is with a
Wait,
load of little kids crawling towards her.
Were they her children?
I think they're meant to be hers.
I
See, I always assumed because there's a few kids she's trying to get on the boat, and I always assumed that was like, oh, how did they kill them kids? But I didn't realize that that's what the payoff was.
See, even that, like,
I thought
to
they were
the
her
littlest
kids.
detail, it's kind of good character writing. That's why she was getting the kids on the boat and stuff.
Yeah, that's she needs to protect the kids.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I might have to look at that again because I might be wrong, but I
No, but
think
that's sound right.
Okay.
If that's right, that enhances that scene even.
And then
more.
that's what kills her, is her inability to fight them.
Yeah.
When she's like, you see her like just smashing a load of them.
Yeah,
That's
because
like-
I didn't see that coming because I thought they're not going to introduce a character, get you to like him, and kill him off.
Yeah.
They're not that brave in one episode, in one scene.
yeah,
So that
And
was
they
really well done.
Fucking did.
yeah.
I'm trying to think what other good moments there were in series. There was Tyrion meeting Daenerys.
Yeah.
Their conversations and stuff, however brief, were pretty interesting.
Yeah, and then there's obviously the episode 9, which is the arena fight, which like the combat in that is really really cool.
It was really good up until the really bad CG with the dragon and the and the green screen.
For a moment, I
flying.
did think though when the dragon lands, it starts burning everyone, and they're throwing spears at it. I was like, man, this is gonna end really really on a down note if they actually killed the dragon.
Yeah.
But you talked about all the stuff earlier with like Sajora, where he's basically it's like Gladiator, and he fights his way to the. That's so like he's an older man in the realm. I think he fucking kicks everyone's ass.
Isn't there a bit
Although a
where?
little creepy.
Yeah,
I mean, she said no, guys. Come on.
yeah. He's a bit
Like,
of
as
a
Tyrion
fanboy.
said, she's banished you twice now. But yeah, there was some other good moments. There was one particular shot that I loved when the Boltons are fighting fighting Stannis' army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a shot of them all in the distance, and they look like ants, like on the snow, and you see the huge Bolton army surrounding the Stannis' army,
Yeah.
and you see just a few of them running away.
Oh,
Like
right.
just a couple of them at the back, just fucking pelting for the woods. And the end of that scene was pretty cool because I wasn't expecting Stannis to get killed by anyone, let alone Brienne.
I liked it.
It's a good scene, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
But I'm
um.
trying to think a lot of like that Ramsey storylines. Yeah, it's
I
like
can't believe they killed him.
yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh wait,
Spoilers.
Stannis.
Yes, Stannis.
Yes.
Stannis.
But I was like, I'm trying to think of a lot of the stuff that paid off because I know there was a lot of, like the big stuff between him and Sansa. But I was like,
But I feel like he's kind of an easy character as well. He's just sadistic villain guy. Kind of he had that amazing moment in series 3 or 4 when you think he's friends with Theon and he's been watching the other people torture him and stuff, just so that he could have that moment where he thinks he's leading him away.
Oh yeah.
And he just takes him in a big. That was one of the scariest things in that show when he picks up the torch and you see that the cross is there again, the big flame.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. What they flay people on.
the flame man. I know what you mean. The sigil thing.
When he picks up the torch and you realise that that's where they are, I fucking shat myself.
Mm.
But then I think since that the character's kind of become flat. He is just the creepy guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's
Obviously, this is all speaking pre-series 6. So I don't
he's
know if
he's an easy character to hate, but I think he's one of those characters where I totally believe that that's the kind of way he is
Yeah.
in the world that
the
this
performance is
series
great. Ewan Reedon, I think. Is
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
name.
the
Welsh
look,
guy.
the look of evil in his eyes is there. Sort
And
of
his
thing.
that smirk as well.
He is
Oh.
proper creepy looking. I want to see him in. He was in Misfits.
Misfits,
right? I
yeah.
think.
He's really good in that as well.
And it's the thing of like with Joffrey, it was more like he's like obviously as you find out he's a bit inbreedy. So it's like that's why.
Wait, is
Whole grain.
Yeah.
Wait, is
Whole
Ramsay,
grain
is Ramsay inbred?
No, I mean with Joffrey.
Oh right.
So that's why he's so messed up.
Yeah, he was a very similar character.
Yeah,
Like
but
sadistic guy.
that's and he was a child, so there was no rational
yeah.
thinking behind.
And
behind
he
it.
also had
Yeah.
the interesting side of he was worried about his public image as well.
Mm.
And like all the stuff with him.
Yeah,
killing-
huge self-esteem issues as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had that crazy scene that I wasn't expecting where he kills Roz, which was shot really
Oh,
well because
yeah.
you don't actually see him killing him. It's just like the shot that creeps around the bedroom and you see him loading the crossbow and she's like hanging from the bed.
Yeah.
That was done really well, and he was an interesting character, and I actually kind of missed Joffrey.
Yeah, I
because
think
he was the right
very
level
interesting character.
He was an interesting villain. He wasn't just you do hate him, but you want to know why he's so weird and
Because
stuff.
he's inbred.
Oh my god, that's profiling.
Because that's why I love the parallels between him and Tommen. Because Joffrey is just like pure messed up, like in pure evil. But Tommen is just
Vacant.
He's
yeah,
very
he's
naive.
like he's not
It's
he's not even that. He's just not there. It's like he's not wired properly. It's just like he just cannot understand. Like he can't come come to grips with the reality.
But then you can't use the inbred argument for all of them because Marcella was pretty on point.
But that's
And
why.
she had that nice scene with
no, but that's why Cersei was obsessed with her. She came out right.
She's the only good one.
She came out right, and that's why she was so.
Yeah.
I did like when she had that heartfelt moment with Jamie where she's like, I know you're my father and I'm happy that you're my father.
Yeah.
And then she fucking dies.
It's like, oh my god.
It's like really no joy in this show at all.
Yeah. Now the reason why I particularly dislike season 5 is, in my opinion, the start of the season has a load of stories, and then at the end of the season, those same stories have gone nowhere.
Yeah, I
So
kind of guess so.
you have Jaime and Bronn, who at the start of the season are sent to sail off to Dawn to bring back Marcella, and at the end of the season, they're sailing back from Dawn with a dead Marcella.
And even
And
the Arya story, I thought was going to go somewhere at the end of series 4, and then by the end of series 5, she hasn't really gone anywhere.
she trains to become a killer, but then she's still training to be a killer. But she's also carrying water, and she puts water on dead people now.
But she's proper masters how to sweep them floors.
She does, yeah. Wax on, wax off.
That's what it's about. But that's the thing that really bugged me about Dany, where it was like, she was still there for so long.
Yeah.
It's different with like Jon Snow, because he was at the wall, and the wall was his story. And he went beyond the wall.
He's not meant to be going anywhere.
He's not
Well,
meant to go anywhere.
he was the only character that actually went places, though. Like,
Yeah.
he went beyond the wall. He
Yeah.
did a load of council stuff. He had Hardhome. He came back. He brought the wildlings over the wall. Like, stuff moved
And
with
even
him.
when he was at the wall, there was conflict.
Yeah.
There was-
Yeah.
As much as I wasn't a fan of his death scene because it kind of came out of nowhere, there was an actual struggle when he was there.
Yeah.
There's interesting stuff going on, like with when Stannis was there as well, and you had Jon Snow was leading the people who didn't like him, while Stannis and the wildlings were there, and he had to try and appease all of them.
Yeah.
Was a really interesting thing.
Before we really go into season 6, you are aware.
Wait. I'm not
Spoilers.
gonna say because we're in the not series
No,
6
it's
spoilers,
just
but
because I want to make a point.
I know that that's not the end of his story.
Yeah, but the only reason I wanted to bring that up is because I think that's such the big thing with this show is because with Ned Stark, with Robb Stark, and with like Joffrey, their stories came to, I think, even though it might have been a shock death, I think their stories came to a conclusion.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think like
I think that scene won't bother me, but that was so abrupt when I watched the rest of
but
it.
it's not so much because like that's why everyone was so outraged, and I think that's why you already like it's because
I just didn't for a moment believe he died.
because his story wasn't over. He had too much. He was too crucial to the rest of the story, and it's not.
Yeah,
like
sure. I don't think they'd kill somebody who's in the middle of doing something. Like, if somebody was like, okay, we're gearing up for battle, ready to go, and then that character died and you never saw him again, they wouldn't do that. They would let things happen. They would let things climax before they killed him, I think.
Yeah.
If they were crucial, anyway.
So that's why. Yeah. So that's why I really thought that's why Jon Snow was not so much of an important of a character. So I think it was mainly for shock value.
And plus, if they got rid of him, then you'd have no reason to be at the wall at all. You could just cut that entire bit at the show.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the most important bit of the show.
I actually like that the White Walkers did something in Series 5.
Yeah.
Because they spent 4 series doing nothing. And just being like told about and heard about and stuff. Which they really are playing the long game with that.
Yeah.
As well as with Daenerys trying to get to Westeros, because that's gone on for fucking ever.
Well, I think that's the thing with season 6 though. A lot of stuff's been paid off.
Yeah. Especially in the
Yeah.
finale.
Because at the end of Series 5, when the dragon flies her to that other place, I was like, oh my god, she's in Westeros, it's about to kick off.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, she's in another
Well, again, that was
place.
another example of a story going from like just looping in on itself. Because she was like, oh, she's been captured by the Dothraki. That's season 1, I believe.
Yeah. It
My
went,
time machine worked.
the story went from A to 1.
Yeah.
It's a starting point, it's a different starting point, but we
different
still haven't gone
starting
anywhere.
point.
Yeah, but I think the major one for me was the Arya story, because I was like, you've really not done anything in 10 episodes.
Yeah.
The stuff that she did do could have been done in 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I think, because that was one of the stories I was most interested in. It was Tyrion and Arya at the end of Series 4. I'm at the end of Series 4, loving it.
Yeah.
Just going like, okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, because you've just seen her with the Hound. She's done all, like grown as a person with the Hound, and then she just sets off for Bravos.
Yeah.
Maybe a big thing of it is like they maybe have been too afraid to do what they did with Bronn. They flat out skipped Bronn for a season.
Yeah, he just wasn't there.
What did they?
I mean, Bran.
Oh, Bran.
Oh,
My
right.
apologies.
Well, no, even Bronn as well.
Yeah, he's only in like the last like third of the season 6.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but like we're
Was the rest of it all at sea or something? So he's just not in the story.
no,
Is
he's
he
just
still
did-
saying?
He just goes home.
yeah.
I like that he's that character. He'll only turn up when he's needed.
Yeah.
But it's like so they completely missed him out. So I think A, they wanted the actor to go up a bit, and B, they went, okay, we just need to leave this story for a bit. And you can tell it's so because we need to just to catch up later. But if they'd have done that with Arya or Dany, it'd have made a lot more sense because they could have sped it up a lot quicker. But I think they were too afraid to go, we need Maisie Williams and we need Emilia Clarke in every season.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I think the risk with Maisie Williams in particular is that if she was gone for a series and she came back, you wouldn't recognise her.
Like Bran.
Oh, if Brand looked completely different now.
Bran hit puberty pretty hard. Yeah.
But I think that makes sense. because
Also,
you
but
don't-
then I suppose with her story, she could look like anything,
Yeah.
like Heath Ledger in Dr. Parnassus.
She could look like Heath Ledger in Dr. Parnassus.
Although, no, she really couldn't. She really couldn't.
That's true.
But yeah, her story was interesting at the very end of the series. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you could have done this at the start.
But I think her arc in this season is even though people do think it is a bit of the weaker part of the show, I think it still was quite interesting.
I will discuss that with you when we do our
Yes.
season 6 thing because I disagree.
I think the risk is just when you separate something from the main story, it risks becoming boring.
But this is the thing. I think this
Which it might just be that with this show, once you pick at each individual part, it starts to fall apart.
but I think that's what it's doing so well.
Interesting. I've never thought about it like that before.
Thanks, Nick.
But I think it's coming to the point where it's like they've sown these seeds of each individual story for so long now that now it makes sense for them to cross over. So I think if they'd done this a
I
few
agree.
seasons, thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
So if they'd done this a few seasons ago, it wouldn't have made sense because like where are they going now? But now it's got to the point where it's like
That's an awesome movie.
it's coming to its natural closure point now. I think
Okay.
because there's only 2 more seasons left now,
Yeah, and they're both half series as well, right?
sort of.
They said they're doing 13 more
Oh
episodes.
my god, that's just like that bit in Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you remember when Vin Diesel was in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I think that might be my favourite soundbite. Just because it doesn't work with anything.
No, he knew we were talking about Game of Thrones. Have they had the CG dead actor in Game of Thrones yet?
No, because none of them have died
Interesting.
in real life.
But they did do that.
In real life. That's what the rule is. If you kill off loads of characters in the show, the actors are safe.
Just to keep it at HBO though, they did do that in The Sopranos.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
'Cause,
Does it look bad? Because that's quite old.
It's
isn't
very
it?
noticeable, yeah.
Oh, right.
But-
Did they use Paul Walker's brother in the Sopranos?
Yeah, when he was like a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But
Weird choice.
yeah, for an old woman. But should we start talking spoilers?
Okay,
yeah.
I'll go. I'll be playing loud music in my room so I can't hear you. If you want to message me or come give me a knock when you're done so I could plug some shit at the end.
Sure.
See ya, boys.
See ya.
Have fun.
Will do.
Bye, listeners.
Just to preface this season 6, what did Nick think?
He thought.
That is hilarious.
There we go. But also.
Thrones yet.
Oh. No.
I'm glad that character died.
Yes, but what did you think, Nick?
This has definitely been one of the best seasons of Game of Thrones yet.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
And
I be inclined to agree that it's one of the best seasons.
definitely.
Yeah. I think it dragged in the middle a little bit, but I don't know, maybe I'm just because I'm comparing it to season 5, which obviously was the latest one. It just went places. People did things, and it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was like I said, it's been a lot of payoff.
Yeah.
And there's a big thing we'll go into because I think we should go as chronologically as we can.
Yeah. Let's get those list of episodes up. So, end of season 5, what were your thoughts? Jon Snow just died.
I was furious because, like, as I mentioned, I was like, his character's got too much to do.
Yeah.
It's like who's going to face off against the Night King? Does the R plus L equals J theory has no meaning after that?
Yeah.
Has no meaning. There's so much they couldn't pay off. I was like, it made no sense to kill him. And it definitely just feels like a type of thing where it's like, even in that's how that book ends. So it's definitely like, I need to leave this on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But it's sort of on like a commercial point of view, it's like people buy the next book and people watch the next TV series.
Yeah.
But it's like if people are so invested right now, they'd watch it no matter what.
Yeah, I just from no moment did I think that this was it. That
No.
he was dead. One, because I don't think you'd kill off that big of an actor at that point in their story, like you said.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would just render so much redundant. So yeah, going into season 6, I was a bit hesitant. I was like, oh, if they pull something stupid like that again, I'm dropping this show. Thankfully, the first episode was actually really, really good. We got the sort of immediate pickup of the stuff on the wall.
I fucking love that so much.
Yeah.
All the stuff for Davos.
Yeah.
Where he's instantly like, no, we've got to protect.
It was like Siege of the Alamo. Like they all just sat in there. You had what's his name, Dolores Ed, the like really, really grumpy crow who takes over after Jon Snow. So glad he survived as well. Fantastic. Yeah, you have no idea how they're gonna get out of there.
And you've even got Ghost in there, like
growling away.
I think that was one of the first clips they teased. It was just it was the scene of like when they just draw swords on the both on either side of the door, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be so good. And even that pays off so much.
Yeah.
And even the conclusion of that episode when you see the reveal of Melisandre.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. When she takes the necklace off, yeah.
And it's like, I think it was the thing of like, because she'd been skeptical of whether she was actually. Okay, I know we'd seen the demon baby.
Yeah.
But then when you see how she's actually like a 400, like...
And apparently, Caris Van Houten, who plays Melisandre, she's apparently revealed this back in the first season she was in. She did an interview and she was like, they were saying, oh, like, well, what can you tell us about this seductive witch that you play? And she's like, well, actually, she's a huge hag underneath, and she's actually really repulsive. But no, everyone thought she was joking.
And everyone just thought she might have meant the personality.
Yeah. It's like, it was amazing that she got away with that. But yeah, we also had some great scenes in that first episode with Sansa and Theon escaping and then saved by Brienne. Brilliant fight scene.
So good. And like that was one of like, this is one of the things I really loved about this season. It was going to go in places like, we've come to this point in Game of Thrones was like, you expect it to try and kill you. Yeah. Like just as an audience member, it's like, it's going to try and hurt me now. And it's like, that was one of the moments like, Sansa's just got away. So they're not going to, and it's like, when they show up and it's like, thank.
And you just see her riding in on that horse and she looks like a fucking tank.
And it was such a great moment when like she pledges herself to Sansa and she acts like Catelyn.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so good. And like that's like she starts becoming like legit Stark.
Yeah, like I actually quite liked Sansa in this season.
Yeah.
I think she did some really interesting things and people weren't treating her as a girl anymore.
Yeah.
They were treating her as the Lady of Winterfell.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. I wasn't a big fan of the just random assassination in Dawn when they murdered the guy in the wheelchair.
And there's the real. They don't come back to this really until the last episode, do they?
It's just nothing happened. It's like we just shuffled him off for I don't know what reason, to be honest. And then you also had Bronn and Jaime coming back to King's Landing with the daughter.
Yeah.
Which again, nothing changed. You saw
probably
Cersei get a little bit more vengeful, perhaps.
But that was probably one of the greatest. If they're gonna try and get Lena
Headey.
Yes. If they're gonna try and get an Emmy this year, it's just that scene of doing like every emotion in 5 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Where she's so happy to see,
staring out across the harbour.
Yeah, but then when she slowly realizes what happened.
Yeah.
And then just shows you that they do get some legit talent on the show.
Oh yeah. I'd say she's probably one of the best actresses on it as well.
Definitely.
And then we went into episode 2, which finally answers the question whether Jon Snow was alive or dead.
You've got to admit, the type of show Game of Thrones is, that they did not fuck about with this at all.
Yeah.
If this was another show, Walking Dead, they'd have dragged this out for so long. Yeah. But they're like, no, get to the point. With like, I think they've understood that we've had to wait a year for it anyway.
Yeah.
So like, you've waited, so we're just going to show you it anyway.
And like, I like that they wrapped up the conflict at Castle Black pretty quick, because it's the same episode. He comes back to life, everyone's shocked, and he just straight up hangs.
No, he comes back at the end of this episode though.
Was it the end of this episode?
The end of this episode, yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the Wildlings arrive to prevent him from.
Which
being...
is still a great scene.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like,
when you see the giant walk through.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have a bit of the
'Cause
Boltons as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there a scene where it's like someone from the wall goes to the Wildlings and he convinces them all, he's like, Jon Snow, die for us.
Yeah.
And and they're all, and like that's when he's like, Snow.
Yeah.
And then when the giant just walks off, and it's like, I guess we'll go back to Castle Black.
Yeah, we also had the son of Roose Bolton being born, which Ramsay's obviously not very happy about because he's no longer in line for his lands.
Fucking
so
grim.
he just literally feeds his, I guess, stepmother-in-law to the dogs with
and
her
the baby. And murders his own father.
And then murders Roose as well. Yeah. You also get Tyrion and Varys go down into the catacombs of Meereen, free the dragons. Obviously Daenerys is not there. Arya just fucks around for a little bit longer in
We'll get to
Braavos.
that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. And then you also get to see the very first Bran flashbacks of young Ned Stark. And you have that scene outside the Tower of Joy, and I have to say that the guy who plays young Ned Stark spit an image of Sean Bean.
It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, I was really pleased.
A part of me though was like, how cool would it have been to have Sean Bean back?
Oh yeah, just age him down.
Not even because like, how the way people age in Game of Thrones is a bit like it's a bit as you go anyway.
Yeah.
So they could have had like, do you know what I mean? He could have just been Sean Bean.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate that because I really hope they get him back for at least one flashback before the show ends. But it was so good. And I was like, but that was one of the things where you start to see the I'd say the flaw of Ned Stark a bit because you've seen that his tales have sort of been a bit askew.
Yeah.
Because he always proclaimed that he beat that night.
Yeah, in single combat, where he's actually stabbed from behind. I mean, that's actually in the next episode in Oathbreaker. You see that whole fight scene. Really, really good as well.
Yeah, in fairness, he holds his own.
Oh, yeah. That guy with the two swords is unstoppable.
And he fucking takes him on.
Yeah.
But it was just done so well. Oh, just teasing the Tower of Joy. That's like, as soon as you see that, you're like, oh, Fossilic was Jane.
And that flashback ends with Bran calling out his father's name, and then he turns around.
That's so interesting.
And it's like, I guess that's a tease for later in the season when you find out that Bran can kind of semi-influence what happened in the past with Hodor.
Yes, I want to bring this up because it's in a future episode, but like, he paid that off again. Yeah. So it's implying that always happened then. Yeah. Because when they show you that scene again,
in the finale,
he looks back again.
But Bran doesn't say something.
So that it's implied. I think that's just the way it is.
Yeah. And we also had the hanging of the crows that
that was
betrayed.
So grim.
Yeah.
But so like cathartic.
It needed to happen, but the fact that it lingers on Ollie's face after he's hung,
It was like the Joffrey moment again, wasn't it? Where they just show like
it goes purple in the face,
so grim. But it was like, you understand Ollie's pain, but it was like,
you just completely turn your back on Jon Snow. So
you had your back throughout all of this. Yeah.
You also see the return of Rickon, who didn't get a line whole season. This was end of the episode. He was delivered to Ramsay Bolton.
I think a lot of his script was just heavy breathing.
Just look scared and be glad you've got a paycheck.
Yes.
And then
I seen a funny thing on Facebook. I said, "Are we going to spoil this? Are we going to spoil this? Are we going to just go straight into what happens with
the finale?
No, just with him.
Oh yeah, I think we can.
Because he says he died doing what he loved, advancing the plot for more interesting characters.
Brilliant. And then again, like Arya, just she pretends to be Daredevil for a couple of episodes.
That was quite cool.
I think I was just like, I just rather watch Daredevil.
Because that does pay off.
Yeah, that's true. Again, but off camera, which really annoyed me. Although I suppose that scene's in the dark, so it's hard to show, I guess.
Unless it does turn dead when you see it as fire. Yeah. Which would have been quite cool. But I think, isn't that the first episode then of when she starts to see the play? Or is that,
no,
is that
that's a few later on because she's blind in the episode 3. But yeah, also Daenerys is in Vias Dothrak as a widow slave person. And again, that dragged.
The thing I did like about this though is that she completely acted above it. She was
she never played meek at all.
She never blinked once, sort of thing.
Yeah, and then in the next episode 4, Book of the Stranger, she burnt that shit down.
Oh, lit up. So
she really. I mean, I was impressed that she's able to like manipulate people on this small scale. I still don't believe in her as like a competent leader as such, but I think it's cool that she can. She manipulated all of the Carls to sit in the same place, filled it full of oil, and then burnt it all down. That was like a very Game of Thronesy kind of coup.
Yeah.
Obviously, she had help from Jorah and Naharia.
Plus, maybe a hint of what came in the finale.
Yes, that's very true. And then.
But I think it goes into our problem with Daenerys in general. It's like she is just a bit of a Mary Sue. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm fireproof. And
you said earlier in our podcast, you think she might meet a grisly end. Yeah. And I feel like when she meets the people in Westeros who've had to suffer through so much, just like personal and physical turmoil. Yeah. Like, they're ready for so much more than she is. She has been given so many gifts. She just got given dragons. Like she didn't earn those. She got burnt with those dragons, and she had no idea that those were going to come out. No, I don't think. Again, with the armies that she's been given, they followed her out of faith. Yeah. And like the ships that she's got now at the end of season 6, she's been given because everyone thinks that she's the horse to back. No pun intended. Because she's from the Dothraki.
Yeah, that's quite good. I'll allow it. The thing that bothers me though is
hang on. Nick will almost certainly find that incredibly funny. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Thanks, thanks, Nick. Thanks.
The thing that bothers me about Daenerys, though, I think with every other character, even Cersei to an extent, can hold their own in one way or another. Yeah. To think Cersei's managed to survive for so long.
She just manipulates everything. Yeah.
But then even the way she's got the mountain now. Yeah. And like, but the thing, I think if it came down to the wire, I think if it was like Daenerys on her own, she's useless.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't got any like specific powers.
I think she only got out of this situation because of Jorah, and then
yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? But that's the big comparison I would like to make with Jon Snow. Jon Snow is a leader. Yeah, he is in the thick of it. And he's every part of a start.
Yeah, it's strange that she didn't act meek in that episode because she still has her pride, I guess. Yeah, and but she had no idea that those guys were coming, so I don't know what her plan was going to be. Yeah. But anyway, we need to move on because we are still only on episode 4. That episode also saw Jon Snow and Sansa getting back together, which was so sweet. I was so glad that happened. Every time you have characters who've not seen each other for seasons come back together, especially when they're family, just major feels.
And I love the way that sort of Jon Snow, because Jon Snow had just renounced the wall sort of thing, because he had died, so he didn't have to stay at the wall.
He actually could leave that place.
And I think that Sansa gives him a reason to keep going, sort of thing.
Yeah, it gave him like a new fire to sort of burn for.
I don't think it's that episode, but I think it might be this one, where she gives him the Stark coat. Yes. Which is such a nice moment when she makes him like basically Ned Stark's.
Yeah, he's finally become who he was meant to be. Yeah. And then moving on to episode 5, The Door. Oh
my god.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say a great episode, but it was a horrible episode. Bran it was almost entirely set for the White Walker action, really.
just wanna
Bran
say
learns
what-
of the origins of the White Walkers. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They once were men
And the children of the forest.
yeah, changed them into what they are now. And then you see that huge action sequence with them breaching the tree, because obviously it touched Bran in the dream, the flashback. Still don't really know how that works, but yeah, and it was so desperate. You see the three-eyed raven get slaughtered in like the dream, and he like crumbles into dust.
Oh yeah.
And then you see all the children throwing those like bombs and
I
stuff.
think that was one of the coolest shots, and the way it was filmed was really interesting. When it was like, obviously it's all snow, but it was all fire.
Yeah.
And then you just see the White Walker just walk right.
Oh
through
yeah,
it.
and the fire just parts,
and it's
all
like that's badass.
Also, R.I.P. Summer the direwolf, who died.
Oh yeah.
Just got ripped apart by the White Walkers.
And then even though like the children of the forest just get stabbed, like
Yeah,
brutally
yeah.
stabbed. That's like, it's so good. And then obviously, Hodor,
Yeah.
and the fact that finally gets paid off.
Yeah, and that it's paid off in a way that it's almost science fiction. It's
Yeah.
the way that it works, and I was like trying to get my head around that for days. But yeah, just really, really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Really heartbreaking.
And the thing I really want, I don't want them to ever go back to it or ever bring up again.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact it's like, did they actually ever get through?
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Well, I mean, they stab Hodor, and I guess he just died there.
Yeah.
But he's a pretty big guy.
That's what I'm saying, sort
Yeah.
of thing. And if he freezes there.
And I guess, yeah, like that would be a sacrifice that would allow them to get away.
I'll have to admit,
Well done, Hodor.
so good. Hold the door.
Yeah, hold the door. Yeah.
Pour one off for some homies.
Yeah, yeah. And then moving on to see episode 6 was the reintroduction of Benjen Stark
Yes.
as Cold Hands. Well, they don't actually say his name in the show. They don't say Cold Hands, I don't think.
I don't think they do.
No.
I think it's implied he has cold hands.
Yes. Who's all partially decomposed.
Yes,
Sort
and
of
he's.
frostbitten, I guess.
No, I think he said he did actually die.
Oh, right. And
Because I
he's
think
brought back.
just to come back in to the last episode, that's what he said. He can't go beyond the wall
Oh, okay.
because he said no, the dead can't go past the wall, and that's why.
That's it,
That's
yeah.
why you have to leave them.
You also saw a lot of things happening in King's Landing with the sort of combination of King and Faith. Crown and Faith, when they tried to get Solaris and Marjorie out of the Septum's prisons. Yeah. So that was big twist there as well, because the Lannisters didn't get their way for once.
And that's what I thought. What was interesting about this storyline is that like the Sparrow is always one step ahead.
Yeah.
And it's even when they get rid of trial by combat.
Yeah.
He's always one step
He knew
ahead.
that's what she was going to go for.
Yeah.
And Daenerys returns back to the city of Meereen after, reuniting all of the new Khalasar that she has. Again, I guess it's because they're primitive and they don't know any better, but I just did not understand why they all just knelt down in front of her. I know she had a dragon, but I was like, you just got an army for free again.
See, I think to explain that more, it's like it's more of it. You've just killed our leaders and our followers, and you shouldn't be alive right now.
That's
sort
it,
of
yeah.
Thing. That's why I really think she's gonna meet a really horrible end.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think she'll get on the Iron Throne.
Well, this is the thing. Whenever I look at Daenerys and the way that she's acting, I always think of the premonitions she had in season 1, when she goes to the Tower of Wizards or Sorcerers or something like that, and she has that. She walks through the Iron Throne room,
Yes.
and it's all in ash, and there's like snow. And I was like, that's
Bit foreshadowing, isn't
that's such beautiful foreshadowing, and that is in season 1. Like, so much has happened since then, but I feel like that's going to come back.
Do you think Snow might be on the Iron Throne?
Maybe. And then moving on to episode 7.
Probably, even though not a colossal happened, maybe one of my favourite episodes.
Yeah, well, it had one of those beautiful one episode character moments with Ian McShane.
So good.
Thought it was going to be in it way longer as well.
See, I got spoiled by Ian McShane himself
Right, okay.
because he actually said in an interview he's only doing one episode.
Right, okay.
And I was like, huh? Why?
And his sacrifice is good because it brings back the Hound.
That was so well done in one of the rare cold opens that the show does.
Yeah.
Never really does a cold open. I think the only other one is when Tywin melts down the Valyrian steel sword.
Oh, right, okay.
I think that's the only other time it does it, I think.
Right, okay.
So I think that's a big thing in itself.
Yeah.
And I like the fact he brought back the Hound.
Yeah.
And he's he's so reformed.
Yeah, he's a bit more polished and a bit less like all over the place, but he's still got that just wrath within him.
Yeah.
You also have Jon, Sansa, and Davos bringing forces together. This is like the build-up to Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
And it's such good anticipation for that because they start drawing up battle lines and you're like, oh, it's actually going to happen. I felt a bit cheated out of the siege.
So is it this episode or the episode before when they received the pink letter?
I think it is maybe the next one. It might be this one though. Not sure. But
I thought that was the thing that made Jon go, yeah, we're gonna bring Ramsay down.
That's true, yeah. And then we also have the start of the siege of the Riverlands, which I think it was just meant to keep Jaime out of the way. I'd have forgiven all of the Riverlands stuff with the siege and the Blackfish if that had then had culminated in them going to the Battle of Bastards.
The one thing I do know, apparently all of the Jaime stuff there is directly from the book.
Yeah.
So I do know...
But apparently his depiction in the series is way, way different from the book.
Okay. Because maybe he's less of a moral character in the book.
I think he's more reformed in the book. I think he's a better negotiator and stuff, but in this one he's like quite arrogant still. Boasting about being incestuous. Pretty arrogant. So that's a really nice episode. Again, this is mid-season, and I think this is where it started to bog down a bit.
Really? See, I thought that was a really interesting break. See, I think it was just the Hound stuff for me, like really give it a bit of a pulse.
Yeah, possibly. I that siege lasted maybe an episode too long. We'll get to Arya in a bit because I know you've got a lot to say about that. Next episode, No One. Focused quite heavily on Arya, actually.
But then there's a great how the Hound stuff really resolves in this really well. Because obviously that first episode is all him trying to be peaceful and Ian McShane, like
that's true, yeah.
And then
he goes Tarantino in this episode.
Full on axe murderer.
Yeah,
and it's one of the coolest because it's just a scene.
Just comes stomping out of the forest. Yeah,
because it focuses on the scene of the three guys like being fucking idiots, and you just see him come in with the axe, and just cuts that guy's fucking balls off, and it's like, that's so good.
It's just an axe between the legs. That'll do it. This episode 8 focused quite heavily on Arya and her sort of training and how she's in the previous episode she failed to poison the actress.
Just to back up on this a bit. So basically, with Arya's storyline, she sees basically the Game of Thrones version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So she sees what's going on in King's Landing done via like
a little play within a play.
Play within a play. It turns very meta.
Yeah.
And she sees the perception of her family.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting where they perceive like Sansa to be a bit of a dozy slut, and then they put like Ned Stark's an idiot.
Yeah, and Tyrion's just like a pantomime villain.
Like a troll.
Yeah. But one of the things I found really interesting was that the actress she's meant to kill is playing Cersei. And she's the one that she tells how Cersei actually acted.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting that she wants to get that authentic.
Yeah. And it's interesting the way she's really connected with the one of the persons who's on, like, she's playing the one who's on her list. She wants to kill Cersei.
Yeah.
But she connects with a person who's playing Cersei.
Yeah, definitely.
And I thought that was really interesting. And then, like you said, she failed. She's given the objective to kill that actress.
But she sees that she's a good person and doesn't.
Yeah, and doesn't. And then so basically Jack and Hagar basically
Sets the waif on her.
And then this is where a lot of this like Fight Club speculation came in.
Right.
Did you hear about like this type of thing?
No.
So basically the thing was, in this episode, I think the one leading up to this, she's acting really out of character. So it's like she goes up to like that guy, the merchant, who owns the boat. I was like throwing money around. It's like, oh yeah, I need to be gone tomorrow, sort of thing. And she goes off and hides the needle, and she's acting really up herself. And then she's on this bridge, and then she gets
stabbed in the gut.
Very Red Wedding-esque.
Yeah.
I thought. So don't expect any heirs from Arya Stark.
Yeah.
But then, because Jack and Hagar said to the wave, don't make her suffer. So there was a big thing before maybe Jack and Hagar was as Arya.
Right, okay.
And that was going to be a big Fight Club, a bit of a Fight Club twist. Never paid off at all.
Yeah.
But that was the theory. That was
interesting theory, though.
That was one of the theories, because obviously when you've got a whole week to think about what just happened.
Yeah.
But then basically she's nursed back to health by the actress.
Yeah.
And the actress gets fucking brutally murdered.
Yeah. No.
And then it turns into Bourne Identity for a few scenes.
Yeah.
Running through the streets of
Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed style parkour.
Which is quite cool.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like the fact they did address the fact that her stitches came back open.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, because it's like she's just been stabbed.
Yeah, there's no way you'd be able to do all of this.
But then when she falls, you can see it as she's coming back open, and then and the fact that you get that Daredevil reveal, like that Daredevil pillar, where she
hits the candle wick. Yeah. And then obviously there's the resolution of the siege in the Riverlands.
Interesting stuff with Brienne and Jaime.
Yeah, you're not really sure where they land with that. And then you also have Daenerys comes back to her city in siege. Kind of weirdly paced that, because she arrives and it's under siege, and then in the next episode she has time to have a little chat with Tyrion first. And I was like, surely you should just maybe go and help out the people you rule over.
See, what are your thoughts on what Tyrion did there? Because he tried to negotiate with the
slave masters.
The slave masters.
Yeah.
And the characters around them perceived that Tyrion made a mistake, and I thought, no, that was the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, I know. I think he was doing the right thing in trying to negotiate.
Yeah.
And
a part of me thinks, because obviously it backfired, but that was the responsible thing to do, was try and negotiate. And I think they say to him, "Oh, you haven't stopped slavery," and it's like, I can stop slavery, or I can stop war. I can't stop both at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, Tyrion, it just has got it right. It was just the fact that they were so corrupt.
Yeah, I don't think that's any.
They were not negotiable.
Failure on his part, really. Anyway, the next episode has a little bit more of Daenerys. Completely undercuts the slave masters, takes their fleet. That was a nice coup there.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been able to do that without Tyrion, though, because of the way that he handles that situation. Nice little moment for Grey Worm as well, when he just does a double slash across the throat. That was a hell of a sort of Mortal Kombat finish him.
It was, wasn't it? I love it when
little brutalization there.
When I can't remember the guy's name. The one who's sleeping with Daenerys.
Dario Naharis.
Yeah, and when he comes with the Dothraki, and it looks like he just go, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, he goes proper Rohan and leads the charge.
Kills like 5 sons of the Harpy outside.
And then the majority of this episode,
probably the best thing. I might maintain the best thing ever put to film
in Game of Thrones
ever.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's generally up there. The way, not only what happened, but just the way it's filmed.
Yeah, there's some really, really nice cinematic work here. The only reason I get really annoyed with this is I got so annoyed at Jon Snow. I was just fuming when he messes this up. Just because there's been so much build up to this. You really want Ramsay to die. You really want the Starks to win. And then when you see him go over and all of his measly force goes in to help him and they get surrounded, I was like, this is on you, Jon! You fucked this up, Jon!
But when you see those piles of dead bodies,
yeah,
it's just
And
so grim.
That scene of him crawling out of that pile of bodies is one of maybe the most interesting like cinematic parts of this season, I think.
And the way they mirror that with there's a shot of Daenerys when she where she's surrounded by followers, and then you see, and it's the same shot of Jon Snow crawling out of the bodies, and it's like, damn, that's good.
They're definitely pairing these two. For some
but
destiny.
still the same shot, completely different circumstances.
Yeah.
One's
Surrounded by
being-
life, surrounded by death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one's being celebrated, and one's basically clawing his way back.
Out of his own dead men, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so good. And it's like the thing I loved about it was like the way you compare Ramsay to Jon Snow.
Yeah.
The whole time Ramsay's just sitting there on his horse.
Yeah,
watching it
yeah.
happen.
Never gets involved.
Jon Snow's covered in blood. He's in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And there's even a great scene where he doesn't even know who he's killing, but he's bloodthirsty because someone.
Yeah, and like so much of that episode is apparently done with physical effects, like actual stunt work. And I commend the director and which is Miguel Sapochnik. He must have done some really, really hard work on this.
Yeah. Even some like just the shots, you can tell it's filmed in a field.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen footage, and it's just in a field, and it's like how they've done it. It's fucking brilliant sort of thing. It's like
Definitely.
there's even just shots of like it's just like it's a shot of Jon Snow, and it's just the sky, and I don't know how they timed it to film it, but it's just like the sky's just either just about to go dark or it's just stopped being dark.
Yeah. It's dawn dusk sort of.
Yeah, and it's like because it just looks like it just looks grey, and it's so good. And
Also, I love the pre-battle chat between Tormund and Davos when they're like, I need a really strong drink before the battle. Here's some sour goat's milk. He's like, I'm just gonna go for a walk, I think. He's like, why walk? So no one can hear me shitting myself. Great dialogue there, guys.
happy shitting.
Yeah, happy shitting.
That was.
I really
so
wish that
good.
was a common turn of phrase now, because I'd love to be able to wish people happy shitting.
Yeah. Like, and like, I love the little Easter egg of the way Jon Snow was wearing Ned Stark's armor.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. You picked up on that, though.
And I thought that was just a little thing that was so good.
And obviously Ramsay ends up buying it, or rather, his dogs buy him.
Can we just before like that scene? One of the things, the only criticism of this episode I think was that it was bordering on fan service.
Right.
But we needed a moment when the good guys win.
Yeah.
We really need that. And I fucking love the moment of when Ramsay retreats and they go, "You'll never get into Winterfell," and then
1-1
just go straight through the door.
puts his hand through that gate. Yeah. And yeah, R.I.P. 1-1 MVP.
Oh my god.
MVP of Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, he won that sort of
He
thing.
did, yeah.
But it was even sort of the thing, like, obviously Littlefinger, just give him his little mention because he came in, did some things, and
yeah, he brought the Knights of the Vale.
but that fight between Ramsay and Jon at the end,
Yes.
it just shows you how much of a coward Ramsay is.
Yeah.
And when Jon Snow just picks up that shield and just starts charging towards him, doesn't even blink,
Yeah.
and just beats the fuck out of him. It's
And like it says a lot about the grittiness of Game of Thrones when you have these two characters who are bitter enemies and you don't give them a big long dramatic combat. It's just Jon Snow beating the living shit out of him on the floor. That's just how that kind of combat would go.
yeah. And then you get
And then obviously
Sansa gets her big.
Sansa gets her revenge, and I love how she walks away because it's just like 80s action hero never looks at the explosion.
And she smirks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I
like-
cheered when I saw her smirk.
So good. I was like, she's finally become, like you said, a lady Winterfell sort of thing.
Yeah.
She has become Catelyn Stark. She's so cold. And I think that was probably maybe my favourite episode. I think you could show someone that out of context.
Yeah, and it's just a really great battle episode, yeah. And then, of course, we come to
The finale, which we've only just watched just before
finished,
recording this. Where do we even start with this? This was so unreal.
It's amazing. Just so much payoff. The pacing is perfect. Little things, big things. First off,
Should we start at King's Landing?
yeah, King's Landing. An explosive start from that area of the Westeros.
Pun intended.
Yes. So tense. Like this is everything coming to a head that we've seen all season, and all of the sort of fighting between the Crown and the Faith. You thought Cersei's finally going to have to answer for her crimes. Nope. Nope.
No,
No, she got planned for that.
she basically wildfires the entire.
Yeah, and in fact, that's
Entire
exactly
set.
what her predecessor did.
Yes, that's why it was there. It was still there from when he planned to do it.
And obviously the maester who introduced them to dragonfire, wildfire stuff back in Blackwater Bay, he in that episode actually told her like, oh yeah, we got loads of this stuff. Yeah, it's just stocked down behind underneath King's Landing.
And then Sparrow's gone.
Yeah,
Marjorie's gone. Tommen's gone.
Loris is Tommen just
Tommen's quit.
I'm out. I'm done. Yeah,
And that was done so. And then
that lingering shot, and you're like, oh, is he gonna come back and pick up a?
I thought I was just gonna close the window.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, but nope, leaves. Oh my god! And then the nun.
Oh man.
Obviously, it's very alluded to what the mountain's doing to her.
Oh, but it ain't good.
It ain't good.
It is nothing good.
But going on to the other big moments, can we go reeling back around to Arya?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, finally she gets to do something.
But when you see that paid off so much.
Oh shit! I just realised. Oh man, the first time you see that serving girl and she's eyeing up Jamie. And,
Oh shit!
And Bronn and Jamie think it's because she wants to
fancies-
sleep with him, and it's because she's gonna fucking murder him.
Oh my god!
That changes that scene.
But the way she's just holding Walder Frey,
yeah,
the way they held Catelyn Stark,
yeah.
I was really hoping she would go to Stark, send her regards, and I was like, oh my god!
Yes. Yeah, and then in like minor sort of storylines, Samwell Tarly, who we haven't mentioned yet, but finally gets to go to Nerd Heaven.
And that's his whole.
Gets to go to Waterstones,
that's
essentially.
that's his whole arc, really.
Yeah.
He goes to a library.
Again, when we were watching this, though, it was going too well, and we thought he was going to die. We thought
Paper cut to the
paper
throat.
cut to the throat. Literature sends its regards. Yeah,
Wrapping up Daenerys breaks up with
yeah. It's like
Pretty Boy.
pretty. It was weird seeing that kind of like teenage angsty like sort of storyline come into it. But then I liked that she spoke to Tyrion and was like, I didn't feel anything,
Yeah.
and I kind of like that.
Yeah, but then made him hand of the Queen.
Again, beautiful payoff.
Great moment.
Because that's the role that he's always been meant to play.
Yeah, so then does that just leave what happened up in the north?
Yeah. So, heading back north, we have Jon essentially do a repeat of what Rob's sort of declaration was, which was
King of the North.
King of the North.
King of the
I'm
North.
so excited. So excited and probably aroused.
It was like
yeah.
that moment in Battle of Bastards when you see the Stark flag finally come back
Yes.
down on Winterfell. I was like,
All is right in the world again. Yeah. And then you also have Bran being returned to just outside the wall.
yes, and we get the Tower of Joy reveal. So,
Oh, yes.
so we like Lyanna Stark is Jon Snow's mother.
Yep. And
Whispers something into Ned Stark's ear, which we don't quite know what it is.
which,
yet.
oh god, that
But
was such a tease.
All we know was just protect him.
Yeah, and don't tell Robert. She says, "Don't tell Robert," which means it can't be Robert's son. It can't be a bastard of Robert Baratheon.
So
It's got to be
Targaryen.
It's got to be what his name? Rhaegar Targaryen. Targaryen. Sorry.
Targaryen.
Yeah, that's the Pokemon one. Yeah, just brilliant episode, and
then the final shot.
final shot. Finally, Daenerys sets off to Westeros.
With Varys and now
You got Varys in Dawn, yeah.
combined. So basically getting
Yeah, all the southern kingdoms of Westeros gonna rise up
against the Lannisters.
Yeah, you've got the second sons are still in Meereen, but you've got the Unsullied, you've got the Dothraki, you've got dragons,
The Tyrells.
the Martells, you've got the King in the North coming down from above.
It's gonna kick off.
Yeah, you don't want to be in King's Landing when this goes down.
So literally, season 1, episode 1 of season 7. Sorry, I can just imagine this to be pure madness.
Well, I think it's going to be like the arrival of a lot of forces.
Because the only stories really that are really only stories now is the North.
Yeah.
Because they haven't got a battle plan yet.
Yeah, they don't know who they're attacking yet.
But the South's just going to kick off because everyone's just converging on King's Landing.
Yeah, I think there could be an episode or two of the North taking back the twins, because Walder Frey's dead. He's not going to be able to protect that
unless
anymore.
Unless that's the way the North get down, because Brienne may be still around there.
Yeah, maybe, but they can probably take the Riverlands back now as well, because the Lannisters have probably had to pull out there to head back to King's Landing. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, guys. Anyway, thanks for listening. That's our view of
great season.
Our season 6, yeah.
So we've got Midge's screenplay. Not screenplay. That is a mix of screen grab and plug and play.
Yeah. My new plug and play review and sort of analysis of the game Limbo is on our Watch If Weebly websites.
It's watchif.weebly.com.
That's it, yeah.
Do you know what your next one's going to be? Are you doing one this week?
My next one, I'm going to be doing one this week. I'm trying to do them all in chronological order so we can kind of see how these games have kind of developed over the years.
Because like Limbo is a big like landmark indie title.
Yeah, that kind of again like got best game of 2010 from IGN, so nice one to start with.
I suggest doing Flower at some point because Flower's very good.
I don't have that, but I will look into it. If I can find my list.
While he's doing that, I'll say I should be doing some written versions of my screen grabs on the website, so I'll be putting up my previous ones this week, I think. And also, Ian and I are doing an Insidious commentary track.
Yes, to tie into The Conjuring too.
Yes. If we like them and if they turn out well, then we may end up doing the trilogy as well as other films in the future.
But it's something we want to try, so we're just going
to... Yeah, even if people don't listen to it, more so it's just for me.
So you can have your own commentary.
It's my own personal enjoyment.
My next game I'll be covering is Hotline Miami.
Nice.
Yes.
And, do we have like a comment section on this so the rest of us can add things onto your...
Yeah, there is a comment section on the bottom of each article. So.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I'll just be putting like Nick's soundboard things on there. I agree.
Yeah.
That was just like Fast and Furious.
Because Nick's not here, I'm going to say you can follow us on Instagram at Watch If Podcast.
And Watch If Reviews.
And just Watch If Podcast on Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
And like we said, our website, watchif.weebly.com.
And leave us any questions or comments. And
there's a contact us part of our webpage as well, which you can send longer messages there for feedback. Anything you want to hear in upcoming episodes as well?
Anything over 140 characters we will not read.
And if you liked our special Game of Thrones intro, you'll be able to download it from our SoundCloud.
Is that on our one?
It'll be on both.
Okay. Do you want to plug your own SoundCloud?
It was really good as well, Ian. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was really good. And Nick said, I agree.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. So I think that's it for this week. Thanks for our special Game of Thrones episode.
Thank you, boys, for covering it and sitting through it all for me.
That's all right.
You watch it, so I don't have to.
That's what we do at Watch If. We watch it, so you don't have to.
Did you do Watch Ifs for the series?
We did like a... not really. No.
Okay. Nick's gone. The place has gone to shit.
Yeah.
The inmates are running the asylum.
So thanks for listening.
So we'll see you next week, guys.
And remember, in the Game of Thrones, you win. Or you stay around for a couple more seasons, because damn, you're an actor and you need a paycheck.
All men must subscribe.
Love it. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.